So in order to change your life, you have to totally burn down your old one. Sell the kids on Etsy because you made them yourself. Donate everything you own. Move to Bali to drink kale smoothies on the beach. But what if I told you you don't have to go scorched earth in order to reset your life? Oh, that kale smoothies are gross, and digging sand out your butt crack is going to get real old real quick. So the first thing to remember when you decide to reset your life, build yourself a new one, is that it doesn't have to be all or nothing, okay? You can start one thing at a time. In fact, starting small is probably the best way to do it. So you don't have to completely reset everything. Just find one thing that you want to change. Now, is that your health? Is that your work schedule? Is it the work that you do? Is it how you spend your leisure time? Is it your surroundings? Is it your house? Find one thing to work on at a time, because honestly, if you try and do everything all at once, you're just going to end up overwhelmed, going back to your comfort zone. You're not going to get anything done at all. So, my advice, as somebody who has had to do this process a lot, is one thing at a time. It's going to make it easier to stick. Okay. And by not just trying to change all of the things all at once and then finding yourself rocking in the middle of the carpet after 3 hours because it's all just so overwhelming. So start one thing at a time. Pick one area of your life to improve and work on that. Because once you've got a handle on one thing, you can then add another one. I do this actually in a video that I've done and in a guide that I've got that you can get on my website. It's link down below in the chatter pit. Um, we focus on one area for 3 months at a time. We call it a sprint. And you just focus on one area for those 3 months. Okay. You're not trying to lose weight and find a new job and build a business and host the entire house out and sort the garden out and, I don't know, run a marathon, whatever normal people do. I don't know. We're not trying to do all that at once. We're working on one area at a time, because that's where we find scattered focus is no focus at all. Okay. So the next thing to do in order to reset your life is that I found helpful is to find a habit that new you does. So what you want to be. So say for example, you want to lose some weight. And what's a habit that you would do? How would you be if you'd already lost the weight? Okay. So think of it that way. Well, if I was interested in losing weight and I wanted to look after myself, I would probably not be interested in processed food or McDonald's or takeaways or whatever. New me, who's lost the weight and is taking care of herself and, eats well, probably prioritizes vegetables, lean protein, that kind of thing. So that's a habit that you can build in, because it's not a case of you will do these things and then one day you will suddenly wake up and be this person. You are this person. Now you've made that decision. You've just now got to wait until your physical surroundings catch up a little bit. As soon as you've made that decision to be that new person, you are that person. Um, so what habits would you have? What would you do? What would you do differently now that you are that person? And I know that sounds a bit metaphysical and a bit kind of law of attraction, like, fake it till you make it. But you are that person as soon as you've made that decision. Right, I'm going to quit smoking. Right, I am now a non-smoker. Doesn't matter that my last cigarette was 30 seconds ago. I am now a non-smoker. Right, I'm going to lose some weight. I'm now a healthy eater. Doesn't matter that there's a half a donut sat next to me that I've just taken a bite out of. I'm not eating the rest because I don't do that anymore. I'm not that person anymore. Doesn't matter who I was 30 seconds ago. I'm that person now. So we're going to find a habit. What would you do as that new person? What do you do? If you are running a marathon, then you'd probably run every single day. That's what you do now. Doesn't matter that you didn't do it 30 seconds ago, you're doing it now. So you've got to make sure that you are finding ways to be that person now. And if you don't know what that new person does, Google it, because there's probably somebody that's got that lifestyle or that thing that you want. Find out what they do, because that's what you do now, because you are that person now. Something that's really helped me when I wanted to do for like a life reset is I use, we talked about finding habits and finding these things that you do. Use current habits to incorporate them. Now, I did this recently. Every morning, I come downstairs, I toddle downstairs, and I put my coffee on. I've usually done it the night before, so it's already in the coffee press. Yes, I use a coffee press because, ooh, fancy. But every single morning. So I know if I want to start a new habit, if I can hook it in with my habit of going downstairs and putting that coffee on, I always have coffee in the morning, it's going to stick because I'm not trying to do something new out the blue. This is a habit that's already ingrained, so I'll just hook it onto that. So what I've done is I've started taking vitamins, just a little thing that I can do to help myself, and I put them in a little dish and I put them next to my coffee pot. So every morning I come downstairs, they are there next to my coffee because there's not a day on this planet that I don't have my coffee in the morning. Unless I'm away or what have you. If I'm at home, I'm going to that coffee pot. So I hook in that habit with the thing that I'm already doing because it makes it easier. And my brain isn't having to process a whole new routine. And brains, the £2 lump of fuck up here, is really lazy. Um, we do things. Our brain is trying to save energy all the time. It will do things. It will just default to these routines, and that's why habits can be so hard to break sometimes because our brain is like,
But this is safe. But this is energy efficient. This is efficient. We're not changing this.
if you can trick your brain by hooking these new habits into something that is already ingrained, it's going to be an easier time to get this idiot up here to take it on board because your brain is so lazy. It's trying to make you comfortable. It's trying to save you, and it's trying to keep things efficient. So trick it, hook in your new habits into what you're already doing. And I find that that's worked really, really well. I haven't missed a single day in a couple of weeks now for taking these supplements, even though one of them is an iron supplement and it tastes like shit. You're not telling me with all the things that we can do, all the technological increases that we've had, we cannot make an A to Z vitamin that does not taste like utter dog shit. So yeah, there we go. So you start one thing at a time. You find a habit or a thing that your new person, you now do. Doesn't matter what you did 30 seconds ago. This is what you're doing now. Use current habits to incorporate your new ones. Now, before you start with, oh, that's easy. It sounds so easy, but it's not really that easy. The issue is not that you can't do these things. You can reset your life at any time, any minute of the day. You don't have to wait for January the 1st. You can do it today because it's a Tuesday and you say so. It's not that you can't, it's that you're afraid of what other people will think when you show up as this new person.
Damn!
Oh, I know. I'm coming in with a clause, aren't I? I'm sorry. Sorry if you feel called out. But honestly, a lot of the time, it's not that we don't have the ability, it's we talk ourselves out of things because we think, what will other people think? They'll think I'm getting ideas above my station. I'm getting too big for my boots if I try that. One of the biggest things I could ever tell my 20-year-old self if I had my time over again is don't care what people think. My life would probably be a lot different if I had cared less what people think. Stop caring what other people think because I can guarantee they don't care half as much as you think they care. So do you, boo. The key is just to start, okay? Start today. It doesn't matter if it's January the 1st, it doesn't matter if it's a Monday, it doesn't matter if it's the first day of the month, it doesn't matter if it's fucking Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Start today because as you build these little things in and you'll build your confidence over time to make these changes to your life, that's the real key to resetting your life is, to be honest, it's just to get going. It's just to start. Start small if necessary. Little tiny baby steps. Just little tiny baby steps over time. Confidence is key. Once you start making these little changes in one area of your life, it's going to build that confidence and then you can tackle other areas. Then you might go whole hog and go, right now, I feel confident enough to go change my job or to start a business or to do this or to do that or to do the other. And how are you going to do that? Well, if you watch this video, it'll tell you exactly how to.